I don't have anything written down other than what I feel in my heart for this most beautiful, kind lady laying here. I grew up, and me and Mama, Daddy, we just had one car, and Daddy drove it to work at Genesco there in Lawrenceville. And me and Mama would walk over at Papa Max or Lizzie's, or and she'd say, let's stop by and see what Ruby and Luann and Margaret's doing. They'd usually be putting something up, you know, in the summertime when me and Mom would be walking over there. So we'd go sit with them a little bit, and but they always gave me something. But I didn't realize what they were really giving me. They were giving me the love that they had, like they give to all of y'all. They were giving us love. That's the greatest gift of all. And besides my salvation, I want to tell you what happened with me and Philip, and what Luann and Aunt Ruby done for us one Sunday morning. It was raining, and we didn't have a roof over our door there. It's raining pretty hard, and Kevin was about 7 months old, and he had been in the hospital for a while. His throat was smaller than normal, and he had got whooping cough. And right when he got sick, Philip got laid off from his job at DuPont. Not laid off, they closed the DuPont place in Tucker. And somebody knocked on the door, and I'm in my gown, and Philip's got Kevin holding him up. And there stood Aunt Ruby, little Aunt Ruby, and Luann with the umbrella over him. I said, come on in. No, God told us to come here and see you this morning. I said, well, come on in and see Kevin. He's feeling a little better. No, we've been praying for him, but that's not why we come. And Luann slipped some money in Aunt Ruby's hand. I still see it pouring rain like it was yesterday. And she slipped something in Aunt Ruby's hand, and she says, now, Diane, this is for you. God told us y'all didn't have enough money to get you some food after you got Kevin's medicine. And that was the truth. His medicine was so high. After we got home from the hospital, we had to take him back to the hospital there in Tucker every other day. We were short on gas. We were short on everything. And Mama and Daddy, you know, they'd give us anything. But when Aunt Ruby handed me that, I swore lightning come in on my arm and went all over me. But it wasn't lightning. It was the Spirit of God from touching. And Luann reached out and grabbed me with the other hand and hugged me. Well, I said, please come in. No, we can't. And I went in the house. I didn't look at it when I was standing on the porch. And I'm wet. Philip said, who was that? I said, it was Aunt Ruby and Luann. Opened my hand, it was a $50 bill. Do you know how much $50 worth of groceries you could get? You could get $50 worth of groceries and gas. Philip got a job the next week. Kevin got better. It wasn't just the money, it was the prayers. We all need to pray like they did. They prayed for others. I'm sure, like me, I'll say, oh God, I'm hurting so bad today. I can't get up, God. And I forget other people. But I don't think Aunt Ruby and Luann forgot other people. I think they prayed for us. And when we would go see her in assisted living, don't worry, I'm not going to sing. Everybody knows I can't sing. I'd stand in the choir and hum at Alcovey because I wanted to be up there, but I couldn't sing. anyway, she would sing, "How beautiful heaven must be, and what a day that will be, when my Jesus I shall see." You know, her voice was sort of weak and all, but when she had sang that, "My Jesus I shall see," she's seeing him. And one day I'm going to. I was adopted, and I was about 9 months old, and Mom and Daddy took me to church. I know this because Luann told me. They took me to church. They had been so sad because they'd lost those 2 babies. And they took me to church, and the first time. And Luann says, they wouldn't let nobody touch you. They just held you. But she told me that story every time I saw her, and how much they loved me, and how much they gave for me. Not money. Mom and Daddy didn't have no money. They gave me love. And now I said, "Mama, why didn't you have adopt another child?" And Mama says, "We didn't have to. You have your cousins, and when they're not around, we're going to send you other people that are going to love you. It may be for a short time, but there's going to be other people in your life. And God has sent every one of them." Even this man right here sitting on the end praying with Lucy. I'll never forget that. It was beautiful.